Yate. Hello everyone out there in Facebook world or YouTube world. I'm very happy to be here again this time. I am gonna go ahead and carry on with my ash making, and I wanted to show you. Here's my ash in English. If you don't have the Navajo language yet, go ahead and put ash on there and look how fine and beautiful it is. Okay, and then if you're Navajo or not fluent, you can also use your language and put gat in there. And this is the one I used out there and made a container. Instead of throwing the food containers away, I just made it specifically to put my ash in here. So I'm going to make and mix and how I use the ash. And so if you want to come around this way. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make the simplest form of corn cooking, which is the blue corn mush. And so here's the ash, and I think because it's a small cooking pot, just for two, I put about maybe 2 cups of water in there. And now the ash, I'm gonna say this is a teaspoon, just about maybe a nice full size like that. Okay, and now I'm gonna put it into the water that's warming. As you can see, it's already warming. I'm not boiling it yet. And so I'll get the sifter and kind of get that ash in there, stirred into the water real good. Okay, and now I'm going to start boiling my blue corn. This is roasted blue corn, and as you can see, it's kind of a purplish color. The ash is going to make it kind of blue. And so what I do is you just get that roasted blue corn and you carefully start mixing into the water. Before it comes to a boil, you just start dropping it very gently and nicely. Stir it nice and good. Be sure not to put too much in there. You do it just a little bit at a time, and you don't have to have it boiling hot. And so I'm going to just get a little bit more just in case I need it, because it's a small boiling pot. And I'm going to use something that I have now possessed, just to show you that this is a traditional stirring stick. And it's kind of big. This is for big stuff. So I'm going to use my smaller one here for smaller cooking. As you can see, I need to start stirring it. Whoops. I start stirring it, and I just put a little bit more at a time. The consistency of this is going to get thicker as it boils. And so you just kind of have to feel it. I can't tell you exactly how much, but I think that might work. So I'm going to just stir it now. If you don't have a stirring stick like this, remember, you have sifters. I have a smaller one here that's perfect for this little size, and you just use your steering, I don't know what these are called, but anyway, they work perfect. And so I'm going to turn it up just a little bit. I'm going to turn it up just a little bit, put some heat to it, because the heat is going to start making it, it's going to cook the blue corn. And notice how it's kind of purple. Some people like it like that. Some people like to put a little bit more ash to have a little darker color. And the ash, you know, you don't have to, you know, I'll do about 2 teaspoons. And remember, it's got nutrients, nutritional values to it, not just to make it colored, nutritional values to it. And it's getting thick, as you can see. This blue cornmeal is getting thick, and if you feel it's getting thick fast, turn down the heat. Turn down the heat and just cook it real nice and neatly. And just keep stirring it. You have to keep stirring it. If you have a traditional stick, go ahead and use it. If you have this kind of stick, you can use it. And see how it's become kind of nice and thick? That's kind of how I like it. Some people, they like it when it's it's done. To me, I like it like this, when it's just kind of thick. It's like a cake batter. Some people, they like it watery. Now, if you want it watery, you can add water. You can add water as well. And you know how, see how nice? It's kind of like a cake batter thickness, or maybe a little thicker than a pancake batter. So this is toshchin. This is called toshchin. Okay, and it's just water, blue corn, and ash. Gut. We call this blue cornmeal, toshchin. And so this is going to be part of our supper. And part of our supper, we want to have blue corn mush. And if you feel that this is kind of thick, what do you do to make it lighter? You add a little water to it. And let me just show you. Just a little water. If you want that kind of a little bit more watered, a little more lighter and not so, you just stir it. You just keep stirring, stir. And see how nice it's getting? So that's the complete process of what the ash works as. And then you pour it. Look at that. And there's just 2 of us, so we're going to evenly split this. And I'm going to take it out. And this is called toshchin. And of course, you can look it out later. And then one of the things is the traditional people back then, they ate it just like this. No, nothing added. But today, we add sugar or sweet and low. Some even add milk right here. Now there's another one called a betani. And that is, instead of the water boiling, it'll be the milk. It'll be the hot milk and mixing the corn in. Of course, the ash too. And then that's going to give you a little bit more of that milky taste. Before we had these milk from the cows and all the gallons we buy, we use goat milk. And goat milk or sheep milk were the best. It was just yummy. I can still taste it. But this we're going to eat just like that. and we're going to enjoy. And so my grandmother would say, don't get it right from the middle like this. Why? Because it's going to be hot. Come on. Critical thinking skills. Kiss. Think about it. She would say, slowly go from the edges because it's going to cool down faster. Doesn't need any sugar. It's perfect. But you know, young kids today, even us adults, we like to pour a lot of sugar in there. But our people, they used it just like this. That's why they were so healthy. They didn't have glucose problems.